Hello, welcome to Senior's Last Word this week. We are talking FC Barcelona, a glamour club, one of the best supported in world football, a club that is not just the second most successful club in Spain, but has produced some of the very best players in world football. No club in the world has produced more Balon d'Ors than Barcelona. 12 in total, won by 6 players. That is glamour, that is pedigree, and that is a club you want to associate with. From Johan Cryff, Hristo Stoichkov, would you believe that some of you might have forgotten Rivaldo, the great Brazilian, Ronaldinho, and Lionel Messi? We've seen the best players named while playing their football at Barcelona. And in terms of coaching, some of the greatest coaches we have witnessed in modern day football: Johan Cryff, Louis van Gaal, Pep Guardiola, all these guys, Frank Rijkaard, they've all had their time at Barcelona, and in their time, Barcelona experiencing the greatest success in their time. But as we speak today, in March 2022, Barcelona are not in the Champions League quarterfinals. No, they are in the Europa League. That's ignominious if you are referring to Barcelona, because it was never their fault, it was never their home. FC Barcelona associated with the Champions League, a championship, a tournament they have won 5 times, and that's something when you consider some of the clubs with whom they are level. So what happened to FC Barcelona? The players are wondering, past players are wondering, coaches, managers, former presidents, fans across the globe, they just don't understand what happened to FC Barcelona. Will the club rise and shine again, or have we seen the very last of this great football club? Today, we look at the reasons why FC Barcelona are where they are, and I attempt to answer the question, will they rise and shine again? If they are to do that, how soon will that be? It's here today that you are going to hear my verdict on FC Barcelona. Lionel Messi leaving last year, joining PSG, us witnessing turmoil at this great football club, the president, coaches leaving, confusion reigning, who should come in, who should go. In the end, as we speak, former great Xavi Herndandez is in charge. Question, was it the right choice? Will he be the man to restore Barcelona to the great heights that we all came to know this football club? I start by giving you my assessment and analysis on possible reasons why Barcelona find themselves where they are. And you can't do that without looking at the success they've faced in the past and during their period of success, looking at the factors, the whys, and whether those same factors have been seen after and seen also without silverware. Let's remember, who are some of the most successful coaches at Barcelona? Interest, because in there you have 3 Dutchmen: Johan Cryff, Frank Rijkaard, Louis van Gaal. Dutchmen, but they've built their pedigree, they've built their coaching reputations, their glamour, their names, not just at Ajax, as indeed we know Cryff did and Van Gaal, but at FC Barcelona, where during their times, FC Barcelona got some of the best success, sustained by the way, in their history. And then of course we have 2 Spaniards. Who are they? Pep Guardiola and Luis Enrique, leading Barcelona to championships both in Serie A and also in the Champions League, if we are to, just for this argument, ignore the other smaller trophies that they've won. So what are we saying? 5 of the coaches who have led Barcelona to their greatest success in their football history are split between 2 nations, Holland and Spain. 3 Dutchmen, 2 Spaniards. Is there a link? Is there a correlation between these 2 sets of winners? Is it a coincidence? Could it be the answer we are all looking for? Let's first wonder, Frank Rijkaard, didn't play for FC Barcelona, but he's one of the most successful coaches at Barcelona. He's a Dutchman, Louis van Gaal, Dutchman who did not play for FC Barcelona, but we've just talked success and we are saying, whoa, one of the greatest in terms of success. But Pep Guardiola and Luis Enrique, the most recent coaches who have brought success, not just success, but during whose time Barcelona has enjoyed not just sustained success, but perhaps some of the best football we've seen Barcelona ever play in their history. These two men, Guardiola and Enrique, played for Barcelona. They didn't just play for Barcelona, they played together in the same team. Period around, I think, late 1990s and mid 2000s. They played together in the same team, playing the back away, having learnt the football they played from the Dutch masters or the Dutchmen I've just referred to. So how come after Luis Enrique, Pep Guardiola, whoever has come in, very disappointing, very frustrating? So is the answer in the coaches that have been named for Barcelona? Is the answer in the players that we've seen playing at Barcelona in comparison to the current crop? Well, I will remind you, Barcelona 12 times producing a Balon d'Or winner. Those Balon d'Ors being won by 6 footballers, premium footballers, elite footballers. Lionel Messi on top, of course, with 7 Ballon d'Ors. Let's not forget, it all began with Johan Cryff, then the great Romanian Hristo Stoichkov, Rivaldo, that Brazilian, and who can forget Ronaldinho. So when you add up these players, their greatness, their reputation, their glittering careers, their brands, all linked and associated with Barcelona. And I have to tell you, one of the reasons, besides the tiki-taka football, besides the total football per se, it was individual players, the class and quality of players who have won Ballon d'Ors at Barcelona, deservedly, who led to the attraction and make FC Barcelona one of the best supported clubs in world football. It's the reason why everybody is hurting. When Barcelona are playing the way they are, when they are suffering for results, when there is hardly a single player to pick out and single out in that team, a lot of us are in pain. Because how do you talk about Barcelona without talking at least about 2 or 3 of the best players in the world? No longer possible. It can't happen today. It's not happening. It's terrible. That is not Barcelona. That's not it. So the question is, what has gone wrong? If I was to go deeper into my analysis, I'll tell you this. Each of the periods, sustained or not, that FC Barcelona has enjoyed success under Johan Cryff, under Frank Rijkaard, under Louis van Gaal, under Pep Guardiola, and under Luis Enrique. Each of those periods, there is a common denominator. One, the type of football played the same. Call it tiki-taka, call it flair, call it beautiful football, call it fantasy football. The periods we are talking about, that's one common denominator. Clear identity singles Barcelona out. One, the most entertaining football we have seen in the history of this game. In those periods, Barcelona has produced it. But there is a second common thing with all those periods. Each of those football played has come with a certain caliber and class of players who were the backbone of the team. Go back in time. In Rijkaard's days, what are some of the players you can remember who dominated the team and dominated the significance of the football they're playing and the results that came along with that? Ronaldinho, for one. Messi, even as a young man, Iniesta, Carlos Puyol, Samuel Eto'o, Xavi Herndandez, the backbone of the Rijkaard team. Most of the players who were superstars, even as young men from the Frank Rijkaard days, They went on close to a decade playing for Barcelona, even under different managers, growing, maturing, getting better. They kept on playing, producing the same. As the soul of the club, as the heart of the club, it was always easy to maintain what we call the Barcelona way in terms of how the football was being played. Bring on Pep Guardiola. He had his own set of stars, but significantly not so different from the ones we saw in the Frank Rijkaard days. Xavi Herndandez was still a factor. Gerard Piqué, a constant. Iniesta, now grown and already and taking on the world. We had Sergio Busquets. Lionel Messi, obviously. He started much earlier at 18, and every three years, he was getting better and better and better. And then we had famous strikers who came in and they were providing the end product to this beautiful thing that Barcelona has always played. David Villa as an example. Pedro as an example. Again, those players all featuring, but because they were constantly part of the shape and structure of the starting team of Barcelona, the football never changed. It was always the way. They understood the philosophy. They helped every other player who comes into the team maintain the identity and the philosophy. It became as though it is not just a brand, but the soul of the team. That way, Guardiola, who really perfected the tiki-taka, that is the guy who perfected it and then made it as part of the DNA of the football club. So much so that with all the success that Guardiola enjoyed, when later Luis Enrique comes after the departure of Guardiola, Enrique himself, a teammate of Guardiola, both of whom played at the time when Johan Cryff had educated whoever wanted to learn the education of total football as part of Barcelona. You just had to play football the Johan Cryff way. And when you played and watched the team that Frank Rijkaard was responsible for, and you were a player either getting into the first team or so, you had to remember the football. So when Guardiola linked with Enrique and played in the same team, no wonder they played football the same way. No wonder it was very easy for Enrique to transit from the Guardiola times to his own times, because they were teammates playing the same way, thinking the same way, playing the Barcelona thing. All that Enrique needed is continuation of that structure, which for a long time was never touched. Again, Enrique comes, and who does he have? He still has Piqué. He still have Busquets. He still have the likes of who? He still has the likes of Iniesta. I mean, these players keep on coming. But now, there is something else when it comes to the time of Enrique. Lionel Messi is Lionel Messi. Out of this world, probably on his own, even though we know, of course, he had Cristiano Ronaldo alongside him. But in terms of the game, the talent, the fame, the skill, almost a one-man team, Lionel Messi just became Lionel Messi. So it didn't matter who you brought in Barcelona, as long as they had the backbone and Lionel Messi was a part of that shape, there is nothing you could do. And remember, there comes the great man Neymar Jr. For me, I am one of those who believe that had it not been for Lionel Messi, and it's because he was Lionel Messi, Neymar Jr. would have won the Balon d'Or while still at Barcelona. The same way Ronaldinho won it, Neymar Jr. would have been what? The third Brazilian at Barcelona to win Balon d'Or, because he was that good. Honestly, he was that good, not just for his talent, technical skills, but he had an end product, an entertainer, just the kind of player who will always be called a Barcelona player. In that time, again, no wonder who came in, who went out. Obviously, in that time, Suarez also came in. So then we have that front three of Messi, Suarez, and Neymar, irresistible. And then what did we have? Barcelona sweeping everything in its wake. Of course, in Louis van Gaal's days, troubled times though, because Louis van Gaal himself, he was a controversial man. He never really worked well with big talents because he's a Dutchman and this arrogant. The players he had, very good, arrogant as well. But with those players, whether you work together with the players or not, you had to produce result. Rivaldo, Luis Figo, Patrick Kluivert, Luis Enrique himself, Guardiola himself, he was captain, he was a midfielder, Ronald de Boer, Xavi Herndandez. So if you look at these eras, for me, what strikes me, there is a backbone in Barcelona that remained the same for a decade. Didn't change. It was there. Players like Puyol, players like Xavi, Baskets, players like we've talked about Puyo, yes. Players like who just Messi himself, the defender, what's the name? Remind me, Gerard Piqué. With those kinds of players, it became so clear that it didn't matter who came in the team. It was always easy to maintain and to move on. With that, no wonder each of those coaches I've mentioned did not just stop at winning La Liga. They won in Europe. They won the Champions League. Obviously, you can add European Super Cup, you can add FIFA World Cup for those who won it. But the point is, they were able to win both at home and in Europe. Each of them winning both at home and in Europe. Irresistible, outstanding team. Unfortunately today, we can't talk about that. From what I've told you, look at the difference. Barcelona today, no world-class players who stands out to name alongside any other world-class players. Fulcrum, backbone, no backbone. Gerard Piqué, Busquets, they are the old men in the team now being pushed out. Obviously, they are gone. After more than 15 years in this football club, they can't be the same. So, they are no longer very key in terms of being a backbone or as part of the permanent structure. They are just like any other player. You watch them playing and their bodies are gone. Their minds, it comes with age. They've done their thing, they've served their time. Perhaps they've been kept around long enough to help new players understand the Barcelona way, help them grow into the brand and help them understand what it means to play for Barcelona. But even that has a limit. So it doesn't work anymore. From there, you see every other so-called star they've had, he's been coming with their own strings of problems. We all know that. That is the problem. Coach Xavi Herndandez, could that be the masterstroke? I want to suggest to you, ladies and gentlemen, if you followed my story, if you followed clearly and noted, Xavi Herndandez might be inexperienced. Yes, has done nothing and not much anywhere else. But when you consider that Pep Guardiola, Luis Enrique, long-serving members, superstars, cogs in this team, learned the Barcelona way, took time to be in charge, taught the Barcelona way, played the same football, was able to replicate the identity, the philosophy, and then helping players gel. They know what to buy, what is needed to combine and make this the whole picture. Now you have Xavi Herndandez starting with a set of players with hardly anyone to talk about in terms of quality. But in the time he has been there, without achieving anything in terms of success, yes, still leading the team in Europa League where he's found the club. But if you begin noting steadily, even with the material he has, even with the limited materials in terms of quality that he has, he's slowly and steadily forcing the Barcelona thing on this current Barcelona side. He's dealing with what he has, he's working with what he has. But somehow, the team is beginning to produce results. From wherever they are now in the Champions League places. With so many games to go, every game they're playing, there is evidence that they will probably finish. Maybe not even just in the top 4, which was impossible to think about 8 months ago. But now it's a real possibility to even see them finishing in the top 3. They've bought players in the January transfer windows, jokingly if you want to, but trying to bring something closer to what they can rely on. Aubameyang coming in there just to fill in some gaps there. Ferran Torres coming in there. Spaniard international from Man City coming in there. Not really that they're bringing direct replacements with the players they've lost. But Xavi Herndandez, bred, grown, matured, world class at Barcelona. Perhaps the reason Barcelona played the tiki-taka we saw for a decade, that man Xavi Herndandez, no better man to teach the Barcelona way better than him. he is the one who now is slowly and steadily trying to replicate it. Barcelona, come end of this year, will have bite. They will be tougher. They won't be Mickey Mouse as we've seen them. They will be tougher. We have seen the football they are now playing under Xavi. It's getting there. Not yet there, but it's getting there. Barcelona now suddenly attractive again. The flair is back. The fancy is back. The freedom the players are having is back. The results are back. Barcelona are scoring goals again. No promises yet. The point I'm bringing out is Barcelona slowly returning to what we all expect of a Barcelona team. My answer is yes. Question though is, there is no single season we've talked about, I have talked about in this video, where Barcelona achieved success with just the flair brand of football. Beautiful football, technical football, tiki-taka. Not a single one they did that without the quality. And not just quality, outstanding quality. Xavi today does not have any player who fits the class of world class. A player who you can elevate and put alongside the other great names in the world. He does not have one such player. Do we think next season in the summer, if Xavi doesn't look for those players and get those players from wherever and bring them to Barcelona, do we think this dream, this project will come good? I say no. Barcelona has achieved every trophy, big trophy at home and in Europe, every sustained level of success with at least 3 world-class footballers in their team, unquestionably among the top. Lionel Messi, at some point I still believe in the final years at the club, he was a one-man team. When you lose Lionel Messi, who had become a one-man team, what do you do to replace him if you don't bring in at least 3 or 4 outstanding quality players? Barcelona always built their success on attacking football, technical football. A team that scores goals aplenty. The team that scores as much as Barcelona used to score in their heydays today is Manchester City. Who is in charge? Pep Guardiola. Barcelona need to score goals again. Barcelona need to play attacking football again. Barcelona needs assured individual players. And assured, I'm not saying good players. I'm saying players of the Balon d'Or level. Where are these players? Where are they going to get these players? Do they have the money to get these players? That's the question. Will Barcelona rise and shine again anytime soon? I am saying no, they won't. What we shall see anytime soon, that is 2, 3, 4 years, is a Barcelona whose philosophy and football identity will return. A Barcelona who will have a crop of young players growing in stature, getting better and better. They might once in a while win a knockout competition. The league, absolutely not. For Barcelona to do that, especially when, remember, the team against which they compete every season, and that is Real Madrid, then for sure, forget the beautiful football, forget the tiki-taka, forget the philosophy, forget the identity. Barcelona will have it to do the old way they've always done it. Get those world-class quality players. It doesn't matter from where, they must get them. The same way they brought in Luis Suarez to support Lionel Messi. The same way they brought in David Villa to support Lionel Messi. The same way they brought in Neymar Jr. to add to whatever they have. You always need that player with the X factor. And yes, even Barcelona. And you know why? I've just told you, they have contributed 6 Balon d'Or winners, meaning 6 players with the X factor, winning the Balon d'Or 12 times in total, meaning without the X factor in Barcelona, proven by the number of Balon d'Or wins they have, the number of players who have contributed to those wins. Because of that, can they achieve success without them? I say no. The evidence in front of me says they need those players. The evidence in front of me shows me if you're going to compete with Real Madrid and the rest of the world and you are Barcelona, you've got to do it the way you've always done it. The beautiful football, the tiki-taka, the attacking flair brand of football, the attacking philosophy, better still, the outstanding world-class Balon d'Or type of players in that team for them to claim their place in world football. And for me, without killing hopes of millions of Barcelona fans around the world, I'm saying Xavi Herndandez, looking at the story I've given you, in my view, is the right man to deliver Barcelona to the old times, the old successful times, the times which built a brand that millions of fans across the globe identify with and love. Today, Messi has gone like so many other stars that they've had. They've all left, they've all gone. The brand remains. What is no longer there is the assurance that they'll play the same football and produce the same results. This week, on Senior's Last Word, I am saying, I am convinced the choice of Xavi Herndandez was the first step in correcting the wrongs, the first steps in returning to the old ways of Barcelona. All that is remaining now is to get that money, go out there, look for those Balon d'Or type X-Factor winners, bring them to Barcelona, and with Xavi doing the thing he did wonderfully, almost perfected, that heart of Barcelona in midfield. That is how they're going to get to the very best that we saw before. And that for me is my last word. Goodbye.